Sammy, thank you so much for your time here.
Yeah.
Okay, South Africa 2013 is a big one after the 2010 World Cup, and with just some few days to go for the tournament. For you, how is the feeling like?
Well, I think it's a very, very good feeling for every Ghanaian, not me alone. As a football fan, everybody want to see the Blaster going there and do well. And for me personally, I would love to see my country go all the way to the finals and even grab the cup.
With organization-wise, everything, what do you expect, or what are your hopes?
Well, I was there when the draw was going on, and you could see the atmosphere and the way the local organizer spoke on day one. It's sound, and South Africa with all the facilities that they got. I think they're gonna make a great tournament. When I remember 1996, was for me one of the best that I've seen in the African continent, and 2010 I was there. So for me, 2013 has 3 years more for them. So they will do something extraordinary for the whole continent to see that they are capable of doing anything. Just
as you mentioned the draw, you were there. Taking a look at the groups, you touch on Group A and you see South Africa, Cape Verde, Morocco, and Angola. What is your take on that group?
Well, when the president, Jacob Zuma, just got a draw for the first game against Cape Verde, the whole room was just jumping, everybody was so excited. And I told Thomas Mulambo, my friend, I said, Thomas, you have to be very careful because Cape Verde is capable of doing anything. They knock at Cameroon.
Exactly.
Morocco is, one of the top African nation as a football, and when you look at Angola, it's that eastern, southern, Africa is there, and it's also like a lookout derby, so it's gonna be really, really, really tough. So the group is not all that easy.
But you talk about Angola, Morocco, and Cape Verde. Angola, they kind of inconsistent with their performance.
Well, when they were hosting 2010, they didn't impress me. Their first game, they were just leading 4-1, and they get to 4-4 with Mali, and they lost against Ghana quarterfinal. So, nothing has changed. In 2012, they did well, but they didn't go to the next stage or whatever it is. So, and they are now coming back with maybe some of the experience, Manucho and Fabio coming to the game again. Maybe it could be Fabio the last tournament, and some of the experience. Now
you're going to see an improved, or maybe a much more senior Manucho in this tournament. You think he can make a great impact?
Well, La Liga, he's playing well. He had a great game against Real Madrid, scoring 2 goals, and at the end of the day, they lost 3-2. So, as a player playing day, week out, it's kind of, you have to give him a huge respect, coming to the tournament.
But don't you think maybe South Africa is going to pull maybe a surprise from this group?
Well, they are the host nation, and it's going to be really sad for them to go out with the first round, So they will do everything possible to just be in the group or still stay in the tournament. For them, it's very important. And for tournament itself, it's very important that South Africa stay in the group.
So for Group A, which 2 teams are you tipping to go through?
Honestly, I will just put my money on South Africa to go through. So that will make the tournament very excited. And they have a good team right now. And, playing at home is also advantage for them. And the second team to qualify, honestly, I'll put my money on Morocco.
So in Group A for you is Morocco and South Africa?
Yeah.
Not Cape Verde?
They are surprised, but they can't convince me on this tournament because I saw them playing against Ghana, and then, all they do is just to play the long balls and so on. Maybe it could change because they have other players who are coming from, Portugal.
Yeah.
Most of them want to be also part of the team. Maybe they didn't have the opportunity to play for Portugal national team, and now this is a huge opportunity for them to be in Africa, to play the first time ever Cape Verde qualified to African Cup of Nations. Nani is from Cape Verde, but he just played for what he called it, Portugal. So maybe you could see another players coming out with a very good talent for Cape Verde. So, but I will just go in for Morocco and South Africa.
Okay. We'll just skip the Group B. We'll save that one for the last because we've got a lot more to talk about that. So we'll go to Group C, which has defending champions Zambia, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, and almighty Nigeria, who are already causing stir with their selection of 32 players. So the Mwingi going out, Obafemi Martins is not in there. We are not seeing Yakubu Aibem, who was more like their key man in the 2010 World Cup. So many key players missing here. You think it's going to affect Nigeria?
You know, Nigeria is a huge country that they have so much talent. You know, for me, I was really disappointed when I saw the names like Obafemi Martins is not in. For me, he's playing really well with the Spanish team, and he's I think he has 8 goals in the league. So those are the players that Nigeria will consider because of the current form. They'll bring them to the tournament, but it didn't happen like that. So they still have
Victor Moses in there.
Victor Moses,
who is playing brilliantly for Chelsea.
Yeah, for me, they still have also what do you call it? Musa, who's playing in
Ahmed Musa,
yeah. So they still have the edge to go into the tournament to just go do something for Nigerians. But when you come to the Zambia team, who won the trophy last year, you know, and eyes on them right now. Their warm-up game, they just lost, and they're not gonna find it easy. And now they are also in competition with Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, like Cameroon, like Nigeria, like Egypt, the big names. So if they are playing against any team, it's going to be really tough for them.
You saying they are not going to find it easy. Do you think maybe they pitching camp early as a result of them losing maybe their warm-up matches, or you think they are just going to find it difficult in this tournament?
Find it difficult, I would just say yes, because you know, nobody thought that Zambia would go all the way to the finals and go and beat Cote d'Ivoire, even in the penalty shootout. But it happens. That's a football. That's how the game goes on. They won their friendly match against South Africa in South Africa, and they lost their warm-up game for the AFCON 2013. So I mean, it's different thing altogether, and they have a great coach. For me, they will just do their best to maintain the cup, but they're not going to find it easy.
Burkina Faso and Ethiopia are in there, and Burkina Faso, they're likely to have Kotoko's goalkeeper, that's #1 goalie, Slimer, in there. He's been selected as one of the shot stoppers for Burkina Faso, so he will be representing Burkina Faso in that tournament. You think they're going to, both them and Ethiopia, they're going to bring something new, or maybe bring some surprises in Group C?
Surprises can be done in that group. You know, you can never throw Burkina out because Burkina and Nigeria are West African teams. You know, so it's gonna be like a local derby between them when they face each other. But don't get me wrong, Burkina has so much talent. They have Petropa, who for me I think is one of the best players in the continent. They have the Trolley, who last year, was one of the best players as a young star in the tournament. So those are the players who right now have so much confidence coming to the tournament. And their defense, they made a lot of mistakes last time, and I think that they're gonna just sit down and collect their mistakes, and they come out with both chests to go into the tournament.
So with Group C, which 2 teams are your pick?
Honestly, I'll pick Zambia, defending champion, and Nigeria.
Okay, so Sammy Kuffuor is picking Zambia and Nigeria to go through in Group C, but this, people call it a group of death. Group D, that has Ivory Coast, last year's losing finalist. It has Togo in there, which they're also having issues with. Adebayo, is he coming to play or not? Algeria and Tunisia.
You know, you have 2 North African teams, and you have 2.
I was just waiting for you to mention
West African teams. So it's now, you know, it's a balanced thing altogether. And Tunisia and Algeria are not in the good terms. The same thing applies to Togo and Cote d'Ivoire. They're all speaking French. So you know, it's going to be really, really, really critical. For me, Cote d'Ivoire is a favorite in the group, and if Adebayo is coming, for Togo's team to come and just bring his personality in the field of play, it will help Togo to go through. But it's going to be a really, really tough group.
For what do you make of Ivory Coast this time around? They seem to be gelling together as a team. We saw them in 2012, and that was what so many people or so many pundits were complaining over the years, that they are not playing as a team. But they saw the need to play as a team, and now they seem to be working together perfectly.
Well, they are playing for so long, you know, and you can see the likes of Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba. They are the big stars in Africa right now. And then you see they have Chiote, you have so many quality players in the team.
So many of them.
So many.
23 months squad and everybody is a star.
I mean, that you can't even mention, you know. So now, for me, I think this is their last chance. If they don't win this, I don't think the 2015 Drogba will play again.
Yeah.
Maybe Zokora won't play again. So they need to groom another young stars to come into the team. But then they are having them. They are having Winfried, what do you call it? Homos, yes. So they have all these young ones coming up. So this is their last chance, and they have to deliver.
Talking about they delivering, you sure Group D, which two teams are going out? It's difficult for me, even for me sitting here. I think it's very difficult to pick which two teams are qualified. I can take out Ivory Coast, but the other team, I don't know which two teams are going through in Group D.
Cote d'Ivoire is favorite, but football is full of surprise. Honestly, I can just get you back to 2010 African Cup of Nations. Nobody thought Algeria would kick Cote d'Ivoire out, and they did it in quarterfinal. So you know they have that in mind that we can still play them. Why not?
Psychologically, yeah.
You know they have Didier Drogba. We have all this Yaya Toure, Kore Toure, Bamba. For me, I think last time he was one of the best defensive player in the tournament, and they are all coming to the tournament. Then they beat them. So still they have that in mind that we can still fight them. Let's frustrate them. Let's play our game and go into the whatever that brings into the game. So for me, I will go in for Cote d'Ivoire and Algeria.
Okay, so Sammy Kuffuor is going in for Cote d'Ivoire and Algeria in Group D. But just like we said, we are saving the best for the last. And in Group B, it has Ghana in there. It has Niger. It has Claude Leroy's DR Congo, and it has Seydou Keita's Mali.
That's a group that you know, for me, all the Ghanaians, when they saw the group, everybody was a bit excited because we didn't face Cote d'Ivoire because we were first seed. We didn't face Algeria. We didn't face Tunisia. All those kind of teams. But don't get me wrong, Mali beat us for the third place.
Third place, yeah. You
know, 2-0. And they were far better than us. Even in the group stage, we beat them 2-0. So for me,
they did their homework right.
Very, very, and we are not eager to win that third place because we thought that we should have gone to the finals. Why not finals? Why we shouldn't play third place? And I was in studio. I was so pissed off that we get what they call it, just a certificate. What are you going to tell your children? The certificate is not important. Get a medal. Tell your children in future that, hey, I played this, I won the third place, and I got the medal. And for me, I think we stand chances to qualify, no doubt. But it's going to be very difficult. Because they got Sissoko back, they got Momo Diarra back, and so they got a great team. They have their more than 6 feet tall striker, you know, who's scored 2 goals against us in the last third place. So they still have something in mind that, hey, let's go intimidate them. If they are not doing that, Ghana, everybody know how Ghana play, fine football. We're gonna win them. We beat them first round, and then they beat us second round. So it's a very delicate group.
Our first game is against DR Congo. What kind of game are we looking at?
They have nothing to lose. They are coming in to beat Ghana. We play against them 1996 quarterfinal. We beat them 1-0. I think Abedi Pele scored the goal. So you know, every time they play against us, and they beat us in Burkina.